Welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Let the Ancestor Speak. In this particular episode, which is entitled An Ancestral Offering, or a Salute to Sun Ra, is based on a presentation that was done at the launch of the Ra Surrection of Truth from the Chains of Falsehood. In this episode, Owour Arunga, the Sultan of Swag, a musician, composer, performer extraordinaire, talks about his response upon reading the book, The Ra Surrection of Truth from the Chains of Falsehood. And he plays an original composition that the book inspired him to produce called Hatshepsut. Owour also in this episode acknowledges the contribution of Sun Ra and John Coltrane to his craft and his philosophical and spiritual base. He also celebrates his mentors and influencers and all of the ancestors who stand around him, satisfied by his offerings. The ancestors listened, they enjoyed, and they were satisfied. I hope you enjoy this selection because Hardeman House not only wants to satisfy the mind, but also please the soul and elevate the spirit, which is what music does. So sit back, enjoy. And after you do that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you're interested in buying your own copy of the book, just go to ancestralartworks.com. All right? ancestralartworks.com. Enjoy. So I want to turn it over to Master O, because one of the things about this book that was really important is I wanted it to operate not just on a visual level, not just on an emotional level, but I wanted to also operate on an audio level and on a rhythmic level. So having a kind of musical give back feels so divine. And so Master O, and maybe you could share with them your reaction to the book, etc., and then introduce your lovely person who came to. All right, thank you. Do you want the chair?
No, I'm good. Okay. I wanted to thank my Auntie Joy for always calling me Master O. I never forgot it. Never forgot it. She also bought me my second trumpet. We went downtown to a pawn shop and we got a trumpet, and we shopped at about 10 different pawn shops downtown. She got me a hot one. So she's always been a very strong supporter of my creativity. Then I wanted to apologize to y'all because this is the first time I come to a family event and I said hello to everybody. I love y'all. I had to act angry and mad like I had to get somewhere because I was running on CP time. Auntie Joy called me and she asked me to read the story, and it just so happened at the time I was also studying Sun Ra. So when we talk about when we talk about the resurrection of truth, there was a lot of synchronicity and alignment. And Sun Ra was a musician who by now he would have been over 100 years old, and he was intentional about building institutions. His band still goes on today in constellations, and it's been around for 75 years. And they travel around the world, and they're very popular. They opened up for the Rolling Stones. They do big concerts all over the world, and extremely popular, and the philosophy is still very relevant and celebrated by many people, and even more and more so. And one of the major things that I've learned is about intentionality, right? That to do something that lasts for that long, you have to be intentional.
That's right.
And we would always have reoccurring themes. And one of those reoccurring themes was that America has been called a democracy, and Sun Ra would call America a mythocracy. So that also is very aligned with the resurrection of truth. And delving more into that, we talk about the reoccurring theme of how you get out of the mythocracy. And that becomes kujichagulia, self-determination. And all of the master teachers who would come into class would all talk about self-determination. So when we look at the Loft movement, when we look at the October Revolution, when we look at what John Coltrane was doing even, what made John Coltrane such a powerful musician wasn't his technical ability, but it was his mastery and reaching a spiritual insight with his music. And we can see that in a love supreme. As the master teacher always gave me Rumi, read 5 minutes of Rumi a day. I appreciate that. And another master teacher would tell me that the truth has a certain ring to it. Her name was Theonisa Gaskins. She passed away on April 22nd. And I always paid attention to that. So coming here today, another master teacher told me, when you come and make music in this type of environment, it isn't a performance. It's an offering. So I'd like to acknowledge Baba Kalafani for putting my heart in the right place. So I know I ain't here to show off, but I'm here to get in tune with y'all and for us to tune up and get in harmony. And Sun Ra, I won't go too long, but I wanted to leave y'all with this. I would say that the music is the truth. We have to face the music, which is facing the truth. And he would say that that music is a model for society. So when we think about melody, when we think about rhythm, when we think about harmony, ensemble, when we think about all of these, being in tune, right? When we think about all of these things, when we orchestrate, when we conduct and direct and make music, and we're musical in society, when we think of music as the model for society, we can find truth. So the proof is in the pudding. That's what inspired this particular offering, and I hope you guys could be patient with us and get into it. Thank you. Oh yeah. I'm going to introduce, thank you, Queen Mother. I almost forgot. I'd like to introduce Tim Davis, who will be playing the brushes tonight. Yes, a master drummer who's also been a mentor to all the great drummers who are coming out of Seattle right now. Looked up to him, and he took them all under his wing, and is a musician who shares and is very generous with his knowledge, and also a man who brought me back into making music, you know, because I can't give the credit to nobody else. This is the person I play with all the time, so we hope that you guys could catch that vibe as well. Right. Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you. Hashay.
entitled Hatshepsut.
Come on, Hatshepsut.
All right. Wasn't it amazing? That was really amazing. All right. Yes. And we always, so we ended beautifully with music and we started beautifully with the ancestral drummers. I want to thank you, California and Kamal, always being there, right? Right, the fathers, the musicians of this community. And we really, really thank you. We thank you. We thank you.